Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shemal, Shabbat, Shemakah, Kodash. I hope you can hear me clearly. Sometimes this thing, the first minute or so, 30 seconds, it breaks up, then it kind of picks up, and then you hear me loudly and clearly. So bear with me, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shemal, Shabbat, Shemakah, Kodash. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. It's 20 January 1st, 2023. 2023, the hopeful year that all of the prophecies come to pass. 2023, the hopeful year that all of the prophecies come to pass, meaning we out of here. The scriptures say, the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 14, let everything be done decency and in order. We're gonna have monitors over you guys. You know, if any camp is lacking, not going by the orders set forth by the leadership, I hate to sound like that. You're gonna be dealt with. You're gonna be dealt with, all right? And we're gonna be watching a lot of these guys in these different camps, the way they move. This snake-like movement that goes on, and I'm talking about GMS. Anyway, I'm going to say this: the title of this video is that ye all speak the same thing. That's pursuant to 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10. The Apostle Paul said that. Apostle Paul had a hard time dealing with those churches in Asia Minor. And most of the time he was cursing them out. He was screaming off the top of his lungs, the top of his breath. He was screaming at them because they were just going off doing what the hell they wanted to do, especially the Church of Corinth, man. And I perceive there's a lot of you guys in GMS that are part of the Church of Corinth and sprinkled among these other reprobate camps out here. Anyway, yeah, we're all going to speak the same thing, or you can move the fuck on. All right. Let me throw out a couple of questions, comments, and this is like a response. This video, I need responses from this video to make it right now, because I'm going to throw out some questions out there. Number one, the soldier or the centurion soldier that needed his servant to be healed and asked the Lord to heal his servant, was he an Edomite? Was he a Jake? And was the servant an Edomite or a Jake? Now, it doesn't tell you in the scriptures whether he was an Israelite or not, but you know, in the context, understanding the context of the scriptures, you should know. So the centurion, Roman centurion, was he an Israelite or not? Was the servant an Israelite or not? Because Deacon Hakar said that this centurion was an Edomite. Something he said something. Yeah, I believe he said Edomite. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but he said it in a recent video. If I knew the exact video, it was a couple of days ago, I would put it up and it'd go to the exact minute mark. So what say you? What say you? What say you? Number two, the woman at the well, St. John, the 4th chapter. Was she an Israelite or was she from another nation? Now, a handful of guys got kicked out of GMS years ago, suspended and for 6 months, and they decided not to come back. And they're back in the world. One of them was the head of, you had a brother that was in GMS New York that was, you know, they would get on the phone with brothers from other states. So this one brother from New York, he eventually fell off. He was a good brother in the beginning, but he was kind of doing his own thing. And he basically got kicked, suspended out of camp, kind of sort of kicked out because of another brother that was with him. This dude was the problem. He was my tribe, Levi. You know, Levites are a bunch of troublemakers. I know because I'm a Levite. But anyway, he was kind of following this Levite dude's lead, and it caused them both to get kicked out. But then there was a point where we let the brother back in, but he wanted this guy to come back with him because it was a Passover. I forget what year. And we said, yeah, we're going to let you back in, but your boy, he can't come back in. So he said, well, I can't come back in either. I said, okay, goodbye. Nice knowing you. And he was out there for a while. I guess his buddy broke off from him. He was out there for a while in the cold by himself. But then he just disappeared. We don't see him no more. His name is not important. But he was on the horn with the former head of Detroit, which I thought that dude was a Ephraimite, but he was a Levite. He even came to my house, but he was a sneaky dude. You know, he like, you got a lot of snakes. You got a lot of snakes, man. I see why the Lord, you know, called the scribes and the Pharisees, you know, who did he call a fox? I believe he called Herod a fox. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not going to look for it. But he called the wicked scribes and Pharisees, he called them a bunch of vipers, venomous snakes. So that's why I use that term, slithering around like a snake. You got a lot of snakes in Israel. You got a lot of snakes in Israel. You got snakes in GMS. So now everything is going to be locked down and tightened up. And another thing, every last one of the major camps in GMS, even the other camps that are truly doing the word of the Most High, you got spies and agents in your camps. Okay? So everything gonna be locked down, man. You know, if you got a camp, if you got 30 brothers in a camp, you ain't got no business sitting down. Let's say you're in a camp in the East Coast somewhere, and you're doing a sit down with a camp in the Midwest, GMS camp in the Midwest. You got like 3 different camp leaders or whatever doing this little sit down like the Brady Bunch. That's got to stop because you got spies in this thing. You got to be careful. I said this before. I said this many a times. You got to be careful who you let in your house. Now, what does that mean? That means when it says, let not every man in your house, that's in the Apocrypha. That means, it's in the scriptures too. That means that let every man in your house doesn't mean to actually not let them in your house. That's one aspect of it. But let not everyone into your house means let not everyone into your circle. You got this. We got a job to do. This is not a social club where we're friends with buddies and all that. Just do the work. That's all you got to do. And you don't need 5 guys and get that Brady Bunch set up and do a show. You could do it yourself. And you got a camp. You got a camp with 30 men in there. You got 30 men you can work with. Like I said, let me go to the precept. Let me go to the precept. All right. Everything that happened back 2,000 years ago with the apostles and so forth are happening right now because the wicked, everything is reincarnated, including the wicked. Guess what? The wicked scribes and Pharisees are here. The Caesars are here. What I say, I was going to go Galatians 2. Galatians 2, verse 4. And that because of false brethren, there were false brethren back there. So now all brothers are right. Oh, we're all righteous. If you say shalom to me, then you are a true brother. No, demons can say shalom. Actual demons called on the name Yahweh Shai. Yeah, Bishop Nate says, well, we don't know the name. We're not sure. Well, guess what? The demons knew the name. The legion, the demon called Legion, which are many, that went into the pigs, 2,000 pigs, and the pigs knew that they had demons on them. They were spooked. They had demons on them, and they killed themselves. So in a way, so-called humans are slow. They got people that got demons on them don't even realize they got demons on them. You tell them you got demons on you, they'll say no, but it's not them that's talking, it's the demon that's in them. And any one of you that's in this truth, everybody that comes into this truth, you got one demon on you. When you leave this truth, and when you turn your back on this truth, guess what? You got 8 demons on you. And those 7 other demons are stronger than the first initial demon. This is why Jake can't get out of Islam. This is why Jake can't break off from Farrakhan or the Black conscious community. All them guys in the conscious community, they got demons on them. They got Kemetic demons on them. The NOI, all these members in the NOI, they got Islamic demons on them. Heavy D had a Buddha demon on him. Tina Turner got a Buddha demon on her. So they got different demons. You got guys in GMS that got demons on them. And you got straight up demons, which are, well, if you're a spy, if you're an agent infiltrating any of the camps, guess what? That's an agent demon on you. I told you guys, watch for these fucking agents. Every last one of your camps, especially you major camps, you got 30, 40 guys in your camp, 50 guys in your camp. I guarantee you a handful of them are agents, man. I told you guys, stop fucking sleeping. It says here, Galatians 2 verse 4, and we got a bunch of damn spies in the main camp. You know, you can see it from a mile away. You can see it from a mile away. They come as the people coming, as the camp coming. They know them scriptures too. There are a lot of spies and agents in the main camp. So it's not going to be in the Chicago camp or the LA camp or the DC camp or the this camp or the that camp. If you're a major camp, there's at least one spy. There's always more than one spy that's slipping around. He's cool with every fucking body. Every week he's talking to a different cat. He got a cat to the side talking to him. The next week he got another cat to the side talking to him. Then they leaving the camp, driving off with each other. Scriptures speak about being circumspect, and that because of false brethren, unawares, brought in, who came in privily or privately to spy out our liberty, which we have in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai, that they might bring us into bondage. Let me bring out some words here. See, I don't like that fucking Brady Bunch setup. There are 6 of you, and one of you is a devil. And that's what the Lord said. He picked it. It went over the apostles, the disciples' heads. He said, there are 12 of you, yet one of you are a devil. So can the Israelite be called a devil? You got that right. False brethren, unawares to you, who came in privately. Let's look that word up. To come in secretly or by stealth or creep or steal in to enter in addition come in besides. To spy out. To inspect, view closely in order to spy out and plot against. They might bring me into bondage. So I hope y'all got the understanding of that. If you're a leader of a camp, you're supposed to lead. The scriptures speak about it speaks about watching over the flock, right? Know the state of your flock. Let me try something. Let me for a minute. Let me try this. Bear me for a minute. I can't think of the precept. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Somebody help me out. I'm sorry. I can't find it. Let me try it this way. Bear me for